Hello everyone, we are at Beyond the Formula. Let's discuss a small topic, that is why or how current flows in a circuit very fast but electrons drift so slow. To understand this, consider a circuit having an electric bulb connected with a battery V and a switch S. Now what happens when I close the switch? What happens when I close the switch? Now we are told that electric current generates inside the circuit and the bulb glows very instantly, right? Very fast. The moment the switch S is closed, at the very instant the bulb glows. And from the electron points of view, electron comes out with the negative terminal, reaches the bulb and come back at positive terminal, right? Now we know that electron inside a conductor moves with a drift velocity, right? Now for a good conductor like copper, the drift velocity is in the order of 10 raised to minus 5 meter per second, or you can say nearly 0.07 mm per second, right? Which is very slow, isn't it? Which is very slow for an electron to move inside a conductor. Now how does the bulb glows very instant or very fast at the instant the switch is closed? And doesn't it arises a big question, right? To understand this, let's first understand a small analogy. Consider a pipe. Consider a pipe filled with marbles here. Pipe with marbles. Now, if I introduce another marble here, the last marble exits or comes out of the pipe very instantly, right? The moment I introduce another marble to the pipe, the last marble exits the pipe, right? Now, important point is what? The marble that came out from the other end almost immediately is not the marble or is not the same marble that I pushed, right? Now similarly the same thing goes with the wire. The wire or conductor is filled with electrons here, Now when the switch is closed, a potential difference or an electric field generates. Across the conductor or wire that moves the electrons or make the electrons drift. Closing the switch establishes an electric field throughout the circuit very quickly. Now, electrons everywhere in the circuit feels what? The electric field almost simultaneously and begins drifting, right? Now look at the circuit. Here. Now, the moment when I closed the switch, this wire, this is a conducting wire, right? It is filled with electrons. So introducing another electron just pushes the last electron here. just pushes the last electron back to the positive terminal of the battery, and the current flows and the bulb glows instantly, right? Now what we conclude here is the current is not caused by electrons racing from the battery to the bulb, but the current exists because electrons throughout the conductor acquire a small drift velocity. This drift velocity makes the introduction of another electron and exits of and the last electron to the battery. Correct? Thanks.